So, hello people. Let's welcome Marga with the DebConf 101 talk.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. I'm going to start with a question. Raise your hand if you are understanding what I'm saying right now. Okay, I guess almost everybody. Ahora en español. ¿Hay alguien que no entiende inglés? ¿No? ¿Todos entienden inglés? ¿Seguro? Okay, then if everybody understands English, then we are going to do it in English. But if there's something that is not super clear, please feel free to ask. We want everybody to be included, so if your English is not so good and something you don't understand, please ask. So this talk, DebConf 101, 101 is a code used in some universities to say the very first subject that you get. So this is an introduction to Debian culture, or also DebConf, not Debian, or also DebConf lore, the lore de DebConf. And we are going to cover some essentials about the DebConf lore, so that if you've never been to DebConf before, you kind of get a feel of what DebConf is about. But also, if you have been to DebConf before, feel free to chime in with things that I might have left out, because there are a lot of quirks around DebConf, so maybe I didn't manage to include all of them. So the first quirk around DebConf is that this is DebConf26, and it's the 27th annual Debian conference. And this is because we are so geeky that we started counting DebConfs at 0. So the first ever DebConf was DebConf 0, and then the next year was DebConf 1, and so on. Actually, the DebConf 0 event was not really DebConf because it was co-located with another event. And then afterwards it was it makes sense to have our own standalone event, and we started having DebConf all over the world. It's really impressive how we've been in so many different places. We've been in all continents, only once in Africa, but in all continents. Or I guess it depends how you count continents. If Australia is their own continent, so we haven't been in Australia yet. Antarctica, we haven't been in Antarctica. I don't expect a DebConf in Antarctica. But it's great that we go all over, because then we meet people from many different cultures, and I think that's one of the great things about DebConf, that we get to experience people from many different cultures, many different origins, and seeing their perspectives is super valuable to have a rich culture at DebConf. All right. So now for a different thing. So if you look at the schedule, there are a lot of BOFs, right? And if you've never been at the DebConf or similar event before, you're maybe you're very shy because you feel like you should know this, right? And then you ask your partner, what's a BOF? And they answer, birds of a feather. Okay, thank you. That was really helpful. Okay, so what is above? The birds of a feather, right? This comes from an English saying, birds of a feather fly together. Very helpful, right? Okay, so what this means is that people from a similar interest gather, right? When you have people from a similar interest, they get together. So what is a BOF? A BOF is actually a discussion. So it is people that care about something that get together and discuss about that topic. It's different from a talk in that a talk normally has a presenter that is presenting usually slides, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And in a BOF, while there's probably one or two moderators that are trying to guide the discussion, the idea is that it's a very participative thing where everybody gets to talk, or people that have ideas and want to share ideas get to talk. So that's the difference between a BOF and a talk. And if you look at the schedule, there are a lot of BOFs because it makes a lot of sense to have these discussions in person. Another thing that you'd see here, and probably this is not so new, so maybe you've seen it in other events, is lightning talks. So lightning talks is very short talks that are up to 5 minutes. They can be shorter. They don't need to use all of the 5 minutes. And it's in one slot, you get all these lightning talks. So it's great if you have like a topic that you want to share, but it's not like a whole talk, long topic. And it's also great as an attendee to hear a lot of different ideas. It's like a mix of different ideas, and maybe some are interesting, maybe some are not interesting to you, but it can spark new ideas to hear all these different things. So this is organized by Nati. So if you want to submit a lightning talk, which I think is on Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure, but it's like towards the end of the week. So if you want to add your talk to the lightning talk slot, talk to Nati. Yeah, the volunteers, like the local team already talked about this, but I wanted to highlight that DebConf is run on volunteers. So as they said, like, feel free to volunteer and to help with whatever you can, and also thank the volunteers that do the work. The volunteers include like the people that are doing the video and audio, and the people at the front desk, and lots of different things that yeah, you can volunteer for. Another piece of DebConf lore is Poshito. Poshito has been around for over a decade now. I'm not sure exactly when Poshito started coming to DebConf, I think. Oh, Nicaragua, yeah. Okay, I missed that one. That's why I wasn't sure. I was going to say maybe DebConf 13, but I guess it was DebConf 12. So yeah, so he has been around for many DebConfs. The picture on the left is from 2019. You can still kind of see him behind all of the badges. Now, this one is from this year, and he has accumulated so many badges that now it's like very hard to actually see Poshito behind all of those badges. Anyway, so this is kind of like a small DebConf tradition where the local team of the current DebConf at the end of the DebConf handles Poshito to the local team of the next DebConf, and they get to take it home for a year as a token of like they are the next local team. And so there's like the Poshito handling ceremony at the end of DebConf. So just weird DebConf lore. And another thing that is very DebConf is Mao. Mao is a card game. It's called Mao, and it's a card game. If you like card games, feel free, when you see people playing a card game or about to start, ideally join before it starts. When you see this game, like, feel free to join. The only thing I can tell you about it is this, and that nothing is personal, everything happens for a reason. All right, on to some events. There are a bunch of talks and BOFs, but there are also other things at DebConf. And for new people, you might kind of focus on the talks and BOFs, but actually it's important to also participate on the other things. So I wanted to talk a little bit about them. The local team already kind of gave the schedule, but I wanted to go into a bit more detail there. So the first one is the cheese and wine party. This was in the email, but I don't know if everybody reads their emails. So I just wanted to tell the story of the cheese and wine party. It started in 2005 in Helsinki. When we were in Helsinki, we were staying at university dorm rooms, and these were like dorm rooms that were connected to a kitchen. And so the French people there, they had like separate dorm rooms that had the kitchen, and they were all French. And so they had brought some cheese and wine, and they decided kind of like spontaneously to share the cheese and wine that they had brought from France. And it was kind of like a rumor. Hey, there's cheese and wine in the French rooms. Oh, you should check it out. Yeah, they are sharing cheese and wine. And so kind of like people started wandering there and getting this cheese and wine. And so it was very spontaneous. But as things happened with DebConf, this became a DebConf tradition. And so starting from the next year, it started being an organized thing. And as time passed, it moved on to being more than cheese and wine. So it's basically, there is cheese and wine, but there's also other edibles and drinkables from whatever in the world, right? Like people bring something that they want to share from wherever they come from in the world. And it's great that, as I was saying before, about seeing the different cultures and experiencing the different cultures. This also allows you to see a little bit of the different cultures from what people bring to the cheese and wine party. But one thing I want to say is you should attend regardless of whether you brought something or not. It's not that you need to bring something, otherwise you cannot attend. Of course, we want people to bring things and share, right? Otherwise there would be no cheese and wine party.
It's also vegan friendly.
Yes, there are vegan options, so it's not just cheese. There are vegan options. And yeah, for those that are local, I'm going to say this in Spanish. Si sos local, si sos argentino y no trajiste nada, en la front desk hay una lista con ideas de cosas para comprar que podés anotarte con tu nombre y decir, bueno, yo compro este queso, estas aceitunas, otras cosas que están ahí en la lista, y decir, bueno, yo compro esto, y así sabemos quién compra de las cosas locales. Right, and it's happening tomorrow at 8. So yeah, so don't miss it. It's very special. It's very DebConf. I don't think any other conference has a cheese and wine party. All right, another DebConf thing is the day trip. The day trip happens on Wednesday. This has been happening, I think since Brazil 2004. It's kind of like a pause between the talks. It's an opportunity to socialize with the people in the conference outside of the technical stuff, so you can get to know them a bit better as humans. This year we have 3 separate options around Santa Fe and Paraná. And there's one of them that still has a few remaining spaces. So if you haven't signed up for day trip yet, go to the front desk today and try to get one of the last remaining spaces. And if you're a local, there is the option of one of the tours does like a boat tour. And so if you don't want to join the bus part of the tour, but you want to be on the boat, you can just drive to the boat. So if you are here with a car, you can drive to the boat and join the boat part. So that's still an option. All right, and it has to be paid in cash at the front desk. Whichever option you chose, if you haven't paid yet, you need to pay at the front desk. Okay, another thing that you don't want to miss is the group photo. So the group photo is a way of capturing everybody that is here at the conference, and we want everybody in the picture. So you need to make sure that you are there in time to be in the picture. This is the picture from last year in France, and hopefully we will be able to take an awesome picture this year as well. It will happen right after the bits from the DPL talk on Thursday. So after that talk, I guess we will all exit the room together and go to the place where the group photo is going to be taken. So don't wander somewhere other. after the DPL talk. And Carora, Andrew, there, is going to be the one taking the picture. So if for some reason you already anticipate that you will not be able to be in the group picture, talk to him, and then maybe we can arrange for you to be cropped into the picture afterwards. But ideally, try to be at the group photo. It's better. Also on Thursday is the conference dinner. So the conference dinner is a special dinner, different from all the other dinners. So all the other dinners, if you paid or you are sponsored by DebConf, you get to have them at the Zoom place. But some people go earlier, some people go later, so it's like we're kind of like going in and out of the dinner place, so it's not like everybody together. The conference dinner is the moment where we go all together. We are going to be at this place called 1980 that is right across the street, so it's not far away. We don't need to take a bus. It's just across the street. It's a very nice place. It has this area that looks onto the river, but it also has a covered area, like a inside area. If it's cold, we can be inside, but if it's not so cold, we can be outside. I've been told it's very nice. After the dinner, there will be a tango show with like 3 couples that will dance tango for us. And then after the tango show, there will be DJ with music. So there will be partying for those that want to party. You can leave whenever you want to leave, or you can stay, I think, until 1 a.m. But yeah, so there's dinner, tango, party. Yeah, and we want you all there. Okay, and then the next one is the poetry event. I don't have pictures of the poetry event, and I don't have data except that it's on Friday. Is the person organizing the poetry event here? No? Okay. Yeah, I don't have data, but I do encourage people that like poetry to join the poetry event. All right, communication. DebConf and Debian, we are kind of like old-fashioned. So a lot of communication still happens via email. There are 2 very important mailing lists that I think you are probably all subscribed, but just in case, check that you're subscribed. The DebConf announced mailing list is very low volume, usually 1 email per day or about that. You must read it. So, for example, in my case, I had trouble with my email and I had been unsubscribed. So I had to resubscribe to it because of like my own fault. But like make sure that you're subscribed and that you read what is sent there, because if there's like a change, for example, I said the group photo is going to be taken on Thursday. And then maybe something happens and it changes and it's going to be taken a different day. It's going to be sent there. Right? So you want to read it so that you don't miss anything. And then the DebConf Discuss is much higher volume. You can skim it. You can see if you're interested in the topic and then not read it, but then maybe there's a topic that you are interested and then you want to read it. Yeah, you don't need to read every email, but it's encouraged that you keep an eye on it and see if there's something that is interesting to you. Then, again, because we are old-fashioned, communication still happens on IRC. There's a DebConf channel, and then there's a bunch of channels per room. So the channels per room are mostly intended for people that are in a different location, that are watching the streams, and they want to interact with the talk. But still, like, even if you are here, you may want to keep an eye on the room channels to see if there's anything related to the talk that you're attending. And then, because we are old-fashioned but not so old-fashioned that we don't allow new people to propose new things, there is a Telegram group. I think the Telegram group started in 2019, and it stayed around since then. And there's also a Signal group that I think you need to ask at the front desk to get added. But yeah, if you're using Signal and you would prefer to communicate over Signal and not Telegram and not IRC, you can check that out.
Hashtag DebConf is breached matrix, so matrix is the social.
Right, yeah, okay. If you use IRC through Matrix, you can use it. You can connect to DebConf without connecting to IRC using Matrix instead. Yes. All right, and then another way of communicating is through this meetup board. The one on the right is the one from last year, so you get an idea of how it looked last year when it was in use, and the one on the left is the one from this year, from yesterday. I'm told that by now it's already more active than this. So the way this works is when you have a topic that you want to talk to someone about, either because you need help with, or you want to help someone with that, or you just want to chat about something, you write on a Post-it, you write the topic you want to talk about and some details like your name or your IRC nickname or some way of contacting you, right? You write that on a Post-it and you put it next to the bubble. And then when someone comes and looks at the board and sees, oh, yeah, someone needs help with this, and I can help with them and help them with that, they take the sticky note and they put it in the Find Me column with adding another sticky note with their data, right? So let's say I need help with, I don't know, what can I need help with? Matrix, yeah. I need help with Matrix because I don't use Matrix. And then so I write, I need help with Matrix. So Matrix, because it says I need a hand with. So Matrix, and then Marga, right? And then Jonas comes and says, oh, I know how to help someone with Matrix. So he picks up the sticky note, puts it in the Find Me, and then adds another sticky note that says Jonas. And so then the next time I look at the board, I see that my sticky note is no longer where I put it. It's now in the second column, and then I will, oh, I can talk to Jonas, and he will help me with Matrix, right? And then once the meet happened, and he has helped me with Matrix, I guess either of us can move the sticky note to the resolved column. And so this way we can find people to help or to help us, but also just to chat, right? Maybe I just want to chat about how we can better fund open source. And so I talk, like, I put a sticky note of, I want to talk funding open source. And then that can also happen, right? And this way we can find the people that share our interests that can help us easier, because we are all kind of geeky. We are not all very skilled with social stuff. And so sometimes it's hard among such a big group of people to find the person to talk to. And even though we both want to talk to each other, but like it's hard. So this is like a small nudge in that direction. Okay. So that's it for what I had, but I did have a few more things that I thought that I should have added. One of the things is the hack labs. So in the local team presentation, there was the noisy hack lab and the silent hack lab. The names are pretty explanatory, but just in case, in the noisy hack lab, you can make noise. In the silent hack lab, the idea is that people want to go there and concentrate. So like, try not to speak, try not to bother people when they are in the silent hack lab. Kind of like if you are at the library, that you're supposed to like not talk or talk very softly to not bother the people that are trying to concentrate there. Whereas in the noisy hack lab, it's fine to talk, to socialize. And yeah, in both places, the idea is that you go to do stuff with your computer. So there are tables and power strips and so on, so that people can go and do stuff with their computer. And yeah, the other thing I also remembered that I should have added was DebConf and DebConf. So we are now at the first day of DebConf. Last week was DebConf. For people that are new, maybe it's like, okay, what's DebConf? Do people like go camping in tents? No, that's not it. DebConf is an opportunity to basically do the hacking part without the talks. So some teams got together during DebConf and worked on stuff. And yeah, it's just an opportunity to be in person working together rather than remotely working each other in their different places in the world. All right, so that's my content, but I would be interested in hearing from long-timers that have been at many DebConfs, or at least one. What would you have liked to know in advance of your first DebConf that I didn't cover? Hopefully something new.
So come on, people, don't be shy. Let's have questions or say what. I will start. So I'm a bit shy, and it's difficult for me to talk to people. So one of the things that I discovered throughout the years is that there are a lot of people that have been here for a long time. So a nice way to start a conversation is say, hi, how did you end up doing Debian things? And yeah, when was the first time you joined DebConf? So that's always a nice chat.
Yes, definitely. Debian and DebConf have been around for a very long time. Hell, I've been around a very long time. If you're just wandering around, if you're not sure who to talk to, if you just want to have a chat with someone, just do it. This is one of the friendliest groups of people you'll ever find. Talk to people, introduce yourself, ask what they do, tell them what you do, make friends. Debian is a big family. We're always looking for more family members.
Yeah, something I wished I knew on my first DebConf is that there's lots of stickers, and there should be, there should be some stickers in the front desk, but usually we set up a stickers table as well. And I also have a lot of curl and wcurl stickers in case anyone wants to. I'll drop them on the table, but you can reach out to me as well.
There's a hand like there.
Sorry. I have a question about the speaks that are going to be streamed, if they are recorded and we can find it later.
Yes.
And where.
Yes, this is the DebConf video team is amazing. So when I was saying like thank the volunteers, thank the video team because the video team is amazing. Yeah, also help the video team. Yes. Yes. All talks are streamed, recorded, and then published. Yes.
So where do the videos are published?
Where are the videos published?
Video works.
At the end of the schedule.
In the schedule. Yeah, it's in the schedule. Yeah, and the schedule also has like a pad. That's, yeah, I cannot pull up the schedule with my computer. It's a bit fiddly. But in the schedule, like when you go to each of the talks, you can see the recordings. You can see the streaming if it's streaming. And there is a shared path for like shared notes. And some talks, in particular the buffs, usually use those shared pads to take notes of the discussion. So you can check that out to see, the notes of the discussion. It's also useful to know. So the schedule is very useful. It's not just to see when things are happening, but also to see the links of the different things related to the talks.
Marga mentioned that we have volunteers, so all these people that you are seeing here, myself doing Talkmeister, like bringing the microphone, introducing people, Paulo as cameraman, and people doing, Honda doing the sound, and Peter is doing the director. Everyone is a volunteer, so usually we have volunteer training each day. DebConf video team will send a mail or ping people on the DebConf channel saying, look, we have training. So you first go to the training session, then you learn how to do stuff. And then you guys will be able to volunteer for these tasks. We need volunteers, okay? So we have 3 sessions running in parallel in 3 different rooms, so volunteers are very welcome.
Just for the videos, because it happened in the past, the videos are streamed and you can watch them while they're happening. Afterwards, there is a public repository, but it's not that obvious to find those videos until it's reviewed and the video team finally, or the website team, will finally publish them on the schedule later on. Like last year's videos were only published on the schedule last week.
Yeah,
so,
but that was a special case.
But they will be published in a. So just if you don't find the repository, it's somewhere and it's in a public repository that you can find. And I do have one comment about because I see a lot of local people, and it's normal that a lot of people are curious about the project and want to help with the project, but they are not yet contributors. I just want to say that this is your place, okay? Or sometimes you are users and you just say, oh, I'm just a Debian user. And you might feel embarrassed when people ask, what do you do in Debian? Or, hey, what's your name, where do you come from, and what's your relation to the project? And you might feel, oh, it's okay to be just a user. It's not, a user is actually the first step to become a contributor. So it's very good that you are here. And one thing is, if you're here, that's your place. Also, don't ask people. Try to avoid asking, because it has happened in the past that non-mail participants are asked, "Who are you accompanying in the conference?" And that's not nice. So whoever is here, it's your place to be here. Okay. Thank you.
One thing, I think, Marga, did you mention key signing?
No, because there's a talk about key signing that comes after. That's why I didn't mention it.
It's still part of the law.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, there will be a key signing. Gunnar is giving a talk next. So learn about key signing as well, which is another weird ritual of DebConf and Debian.
Yes, okay. We can say a little bit more about so that people stay for Gunnar's talk. But yeah, getting your key signed in order to be able to contribute to Debian is very important. And back in the day, we used to do like one event that was key signing. But at some point, like there were so many people at DebConf that it got out of hand. And this is why we moved to the new format, which is like a continuous thing that just happens on the side, rather than one event where we are trying to do all of the key signing together. But yeah, Gunnar is going to explain exactly how it works. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to be at his talk so that we can all understand how it's going to work this year.
On people? Comments? Stories?
Maybe I can ask, like, for who of you is here at DebConf for the first time? Raise your hand. Wow. Welcome. All right, and so for some of you, maybe the bravest of the group, maybe you can share what you are hoping to get from DebConf. What are your hopes, your expectations? Yeah, if you don't feel confident in your English, you can also share in Spanish.
Hello, my name is Walter. I am happy because this DebConf is just 2 hours away from where I live, and it was a nice place to meet people with similar interests.
Nice.
And
Welcome.
also have a kind of short holiday for my family.
Hello? It's working? Yes? Well, I am Santiago. I'm just here to meet the people behind the operating system I'm been using I'm using since 2005. So I work with Debian in my home at the work. I am just a user. I am a scientist, but I am a very enthusiastic man with free software, particularly with Debian. All my students use Debian or Ubuntu, but I cannot convince them to use Debian. But I'm still using Debian now. I am planning to change my version when I have a little time. But I'm here to know you.
Hello. Well, I'm not good English speaker, so I try to say this in Spanish. Sorry for the rest of the people. Well, yo soy un usuario de Linux desde mi infancia, muy fan del software libre. O sea, siempre me gustó la onda bueno, toda la filosofía, toda la parte filosófica del free software. Y vine acá a conocer a la comunidad, escuché que era una comunidad muy abierta y me sorprendió porque era real. O sea, una cosa es leerlo y otra cosa es verlo. Estuve conociendo a mucha gente muy buena, me han enseñado muchas cosas y como un principiante en todo, siento que aprendo todos los días, mucho. Así que muchas gracias, thank you so much for being so nice with me, and voy a seguir aprendiendo.
Hi everybody, my name is Osiux. I speak very bad English, sorry. Okay. We are from GCOP, it's a free software cooperative. No employees, no boss, all are partners. And work only with free software. 20 years ago? Yes. Y nada, queríamos estar acá y nos parece que sin Debian no podríamos haber estado. En todos estos 20 años, conocemos a Marga del principio, Derek creo que lo vi por ahí y alguno más, desde yo particularmente desde el 99 que trabajo con software libre. Gracias por todo.
For people who are not comfortable enough with English and that they want to contribute, in this conference we should have a good amount of Debian developers that can understand Spanish and a good amount that can speak as well. So you don't necessarily have to know English to contribute.
Yeah, we even have a bunch of talks in Spanish. So we have a Spanish track, especially for people that don't speak that well English. So yeah, I guess hopefully you will feel more comfortable there. And yeah, 5 minutes. I thought we were out of time. Okay, okay.
Hola a todos, voy a hablar en español. Mi nombre es Agustín, soy de La Plata. Soy usuario de Debian desde Jesse. Me gusta todo lo que es software libre, trabajo en base de datos en DBA. Uso todo software libre. Creo representar a la UNLP, soy ayudante en la UNLP, así que me encantó la idea de venir a la primer Debian, a conocer buena gente, a conocer gente maravillosa en lo que hace. Me encanta la comunidad, me encanta su filosofía. Intento inculcárselo a todos mis alumnos en mi ayudantía. Y nada, quisiera participar en las BOF. Lo que no sé es mi primera vez, no sé si voy a hablar mucho, pero por lo menos para entender el proceso que la comunidad y los equipos tienen. Así que bueno, espero conocer a mucha gente acá y bueno, estamos en contacto acá.
Genial. No, I think we are done. So thank you, everybody. And remember to stay for Gunnar's talk about key signing.